Welcome back to the 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us. I'm Nicole Gitsky. We'll begin with the presidential election still up in the air this afternoon, with several key states outstanding. In some areas, the vote count stopped overnight and resumed today. Now, less than an hour ago, the Trump campaign filed a suit in Michigan to halt vote count, claiming it was denied access to observe opening of the ballots. That's according to the Associated Press. And as mentioned, Georgia is among key states still counting ballots today as the country waits to see if President Donald Trump wins re-election or if Joe Biden becomes the 46th president of the United States. And yesterday, thousands of Kern County voters took to the polls to exercise their constitutional right and determine the future of our democracy. 17 News was there to get a first-hand look at these poll workers from the observation room as they entered thousands of in-person and mail-in ballots into the tabulation machines. Now, as of 2:18 this morning, all 694 precincts had reported 145,134 ballots processed and counted last night. There are still thousands of mail-in and provisional ballots that need to be counted. Those provisional ballots will be among the last ones counted by the elections office. A reminder, mail-in ballots have until November 20th to arrive at the elections office to be processed and counted as long as they were postmarked by 8 p.m. last night. And we now turn to the highly contentious race for the 21st Congressional District. Incumbent Democrat TJ Cox defending his seat against former Republican Congressman David Valadao. And we are taking a look at those votes right now. Still too close to call. This is one of the most watched congressional races right here in Kern County and throughout the nation.
As it stands, the Republican David Valadao looks to be upsetting Congressman TJ Cox. Valadao lost this seat in 2018 by fewer than 1,000 votes, something he has used to fuel his campaign even further this time around.
We did to the best of our ability. We've surpassed all of our goals going into this as far as number of volunteers, doors knocked, the amount of voter outreach. We couldn't have done any more than what we did.
Valadao held the seat for 3 terms, now trying to take the seat back. This race was fueled by pricey ads filled with bitter attacks on the candidates.
T.J. Cox is considered the single most corrupt member of Congress.
David Valadao's agenda is just a copy of Donald Trump's.
Something that was clear in KGET's debate 2 weeks ago.
It's a Boxer bill. It literally is a Barbara Boxer bill who came onto the floor and spoke in opposition to it.
Mr. Valadao, let the congressman finish, please.
Sorry, Donald. It's my time on the floor, okay?
Last night, TJ Cox was holding out hope he would retain his seat.
I look forward to watching these returns with you. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you once again. I'm proud to be your congressman in the 21st Congressional District of California.
Now, as of right now, it is still too early to call this race. In 2018, it took weeks for the final results to come in. We didn't find out those results until mid-November. And in the 23rd Congressional District, House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy is challenged by Air Force veteran Kim Mangan. Kevin McCarthy has claimed that. Now, here in Kern, 58% went for McCarthy, 41% Mangan. Now, the district includes much of Bakersfield, Porterville to the north, Ridgecrest to the east, and parts of Lancaster to the south. McCarthy first won the seat in 2006 and has won every election since. This is the first time a McCarthy challenger has released a TV advertisement, according to the Mangan campaign. In the past several elections, McCarthy's lead over his challenger has shrunk, and that trend continued last night. Let's take one more look at the statewide results once again. However, those looks have a total showing that Kevin McCarthy has claimed that by over 20,000 votes. Well, we're also tracking results on the propositions on your ballot. Prop 15, property tax adjustments, requires commercial and industrial properties to be taxed based on a market value and not purchase price, with money going to local governments and school districts. Now, Prop 15 right now is too close to call at this time. That's according to Reform California Chairman Carl DiMaio, who says late ballots are likely to be counted on the no side in the weeks and days to come. KHSD is the largest high school district in California, serving more than 41,000 students. We're tracking results for the Kern High School District School Board of Trustees. Now, Area 2 includes much of East Bakersfield. Incumbent Jeff Flores is challenged by Dale Record, and Flores took that. KHSD Area 3 includes a vast amount of land from Shafter to Arvin. Incumbent Joey O'Connell is challenged by David Manriquez. 100 of the precincts reporting David Manriquez has won with nearly 53% of the vote. And results are in for several races for the Bakersfield City School District Board of Trustees. Let's start with Area 1. DeFoya has taken that Area 1. Let's go to Area 3 now. Now that Chris Cruz has taken that. We'll go to Area 4. Laura Guerrero has taken Area 4, and Area 5 is Shannon Zimmerman. Now to the Kern Community College board member race, with 100% of those precincts reporting Giovanni Jimenez winning with 54% of the vote, beating out Jack Lavers at 46%. And for the Kern County Board of Education, Paula E. Bray winning with 60% of the vote, beating out William F. Barnes at 40%. And we're tracking local measures that impact us here in Kern. Now here's a look at Measure F, a local bond measure for the city of Maricopa. It would fund $14 million in improvements for the school district. Now it needs 55% in order to pass. Now to Measure G for the Greenfield Union School District, it would increase property taxes to pay for construction of 2 new elementary schools. Now that has passed. It needed 55%. Measure H would raise taxes to fund upgrades to schools in the Wasco Unified School District. That also needs 55% in order to pass. Welcome back. Let's send things over to Kevin Charette, who's at his home and can give us a look at our forecast.
Good afternoon, Nicole. Yeah, beautiful day outside. All of us have been glued to all the coverage of the elections, but I'll tell you, it is beautiful. So get out inside and enjoy it this afternoon. I can hear the birds outside singing right now. Our temperature right now in the 70s, 75 degrees. We've got a dew point of 36, 24% on the humidity. No wind, so calm wind. I'm out here on the west side of town, and very little wind out this way as well, and visibility at about 6 miles. In the short term here, temperatures right now at 72 in Sacramento, 73 in Fresno. We've got 70 south. Vegas at 81. Phoenix checking with 87, and daytime highs today right near 80 in Sacramento with 70s up near Fresno, lower 80s down in Los Angeles, San Diego. So we still have that ridging in place, still keeping us somewhat warm, and we'll be looking at 92 out of Phoenix. So here's a look at our overall pattern here the next several days. And I know we were talking about no rain heading into Kern County, but we are going to track this up to the northwest very carefully. It's going to have some cold air with it, and it looks like it may track a little closer into Kern County by the weekend. So late Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it does indicate possibly some rain and also lowering snow levels. So could it be our first rain of the season and possibly our first snowflakes of the season? Possibly. Here's a look at our Futurecast model. I'm going to put it into motion here. You can see Thursday some clouds. Friday late into Saturday wants to bring some moisture into Kern County. Put this back into motion. The moisture continues. Saturday at 2 p.m. Put this into motion again. We get a little bit of a break, but then it looks like by Sunday, another surge of moisture could be heading our direction throughout the morning and afternoon. All eyes will be on the weekend. Now, rain amounts, the models want to put right around 1/4 of an inch. I'm kind of going to bring it back a little bit. So right as of now, and we all know this can change, 1,500 7 inch for Bakersfield, Delano, most of Kern County. That's the number, the magic number we're looking at, except out in Taft, maybe around 1/10 of an inch, and up near Lake Isabella 3/10, and not expecting much moisture out of Ridgecrest. But again, these numbers could change, but that's kind of what we're looking at as of right now. When we take a look at Bakersfield rain in November 2019, 18, 17, and 16, gives you a comparison of where these months lie. Last year, for the month of November, we picked up over an inch of rain for the month. Lesser in 2018 and 17, then right back up to about 3/10 in 2016. So that's where we look in previous November. So here's a look at the headlines. 80s are out, 70s will return for today. It'll be close to 80 degrees. And then breezy in the Kern County Mountains on Friday. A chance of rain Friday late through Sunday. And then, yes, a chance of snow in the Kern County Mountain locations. We'll we'll refine that day by day here. And we take a look at the national weather for today in terms of temperatures. Mid-60s out of Seattle, 70 in Boise, 79 in Denver. And we're having some data problems up into the Northeast right now, but still not a bad day up into D.C. and also into New York. Here's a look at our forecast, and that's what really counts. And we're looking at upper 70s today. 78 in Bakersfield, along with Delano, McFarland, 76 in Taft. Light wind, and then for the mountains and the Kern River Valley, a northeast wind, 10 to 15. 75 in Fraser Park, along with Tehachapi. 80s for the Kern River Valley. Lake Isabel at 84, and then for the desert today, mostly sunny, and east wind 10 to 15, and 83 in Mojave. Here's your extended forecast, and it gets a little active tomorrow, right around today's temperature. Then we really fall off as the system approaches. Now, it is typical for winds to pick up when these systems roll in, and you can see Saturday, Sunday, we keep a chance of showers in there. That'll be the same for the mountain locations. Rain and snow on the board for Sunday. Temperatures only in the 40s. And then for the Kern River Valley, you can see the big cool down, lower 50s by Sunday. So you can definitely see there's going to be a cold pocket of air coming our way.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Noon.
The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.